Okay, we're here.
Hi.
Hi. My
I see some.
browser doesn't like me today, but
I see some help me. What do I click? Y'all, things are gonna. Okay. Hold up.
okay, but
Whoa. Okay. See, where do I go? Share, right? Share screen.
well, why don't you just say hi to people, and I am going to share screen in a tiny second.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first live show. For the Ally-A-Thon. For this round, we are reading Once Upon an Eid. Look at the cover. Look. Come on,
Oh,
Cece.
ah,
Yes. So today we're reading the first four stories, and yeah, we're gonna read a story, then discuss and read and discuss, and it should be a fun time. I love reading with these two. We always have like similar thoughts, but like different ways of expressing our thoughts. So we are so excited. So I'm gonna let everyone introduce themselves. Anna's here, and someone else. Let's say hello. Okay. Hi. Sorry, y'all.
Hi. Hey.
Hi. Crystal.
something.
Hey,
Hey. Hey, wet mouse.
friend. All right. Introduce yourselves while Cece figures it out.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mo. I'm so excited to read this. I've been literally, since we decided we picked this book, I was like, I can't wait to read it. So we're reading up to page 76 today. But because they're short stories, we'll be kind of reading the first one, which is about 20 pages, I think. And then we'll have a break and discuss that. Then we'll read the second one, third one, and the fourth one. So I think we're reading 4 stories
Yes.
today. So,
Yep.
so
There are
excited.
pictures.
Loving the
I have flipped. I
pictures.
literally just started flipping, and I was just like, there are pictures at the ends of each of these
Have you got
stories.
the hardback, Jeff?
You know it.
Let's see that. Let me see the without the dust jacket.
Oh,
Because
it's so beautiful.
I know it looks so, and I've got the paperback.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
Mo, we talked about you getting the
Oh,
hardback.
let's see the spine. Let's see the spine. I want to see the spine.
This is regular.
Mo
Mo,
over here has
on.
Wow.
What
But
happened? We discussed this.
Did
no,
we? I thought I was gonna get the paperback
yeah, we told him to get the paperback because he's
Oh,
paperback.
because of his name?
because I'm paperback Mo. Yeah.
No, you gotta change that. I don't like that. Anyway, CC, tell the people.
So, yeah. Hi, everyone. It's so good to see everyone. I'm super excited because this is, I have not seen this concept done on BookTube before, where we all read the same book live. And we have chosen a book with short stories because we are also a little bit anxious about how that is going to go. Um,
Yeah.
we have put the so we know that the book is also on script, and we have selected the timings to read together in a way that you can read it
Oh,
on one
okay.
time speed. But yeah, any feedback on how this is going and how we can improve this is going to be very, very welcome, because I think that the concept is amazing, but we don't know what we're doing yet.
Hopefully it works out because me and you we did that sprint when we read that book together, and it was cool.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Mo's a little jealous over there because he was like,
Yeah.
so oh, we have 5 minutes before we start. Okay, comments. Okay. And you and I both, all of us.
Yeah. So how did the Ally-A-Thon go for you so far?
Uh,
What?
Mo go first.
So I obviously started the night before because I was super excited. I'm still reading. If I can grab it.
Oh, you have
The boy
such
at the back of
long
the class.
arms.
Huh?
Your arms are long. I would have had to get up.
I've got that much left. So hopefully I will be finishing that tonight. It is really good so far. I've also finished reading my spiritual prompt book, which is The Blessed Olive Tree, which I have kind of mixed feeling. Like it was 20 short stories. I've literally read it all in one go. Because I just kept. I think it would have been better if I read a story and then digested it, and then read the next one and digested it, because I think that's how it's supposed to be read.
Yeah.
But I kind of ended up just reading the whole thing, and there's some stories that are literally amazing and so profound, and then there were other stories where I was like, I don't like, this isn't a good story. But I don't think they're supposed to be like stories. They're more like stories with lessons that you kind of need to reflect on, rather than just, does it have a good beginning, middle, and end? So I think there's much more to it than that. So yeah, my readathon is going really well. 3 days, and I've read 1.5 books, which is amazing for me. And yeah, after this, I don't know what I'm going to read next. So I think I'm going to rewatch some Ally-A-Thon TBR videos and get some inspiration. So that's how mine's going.
I'm so happy for you, because y'all, I don't know what happened. I had it and then I lost it. So I'm listening to The Black God's Drum by PJ Lee Clark. Oh, I love it. It's so good.
What prompt are you doing that for?
Read a book that was gifted to you. Oh, I could have read the one. It could have fit in 2 or 3. But while I was listening to it, like something happened. I was just like, girl, you have not been paying attention. So now I got to go back and start over to make sure that it's just as good as I think it is, because it's going very well. It's so good. But then after that, I have The Only Good Indians, Internment, You Hunt the Flame. Those are on my list for this week, and the week is almost over, so I gotta get to it. But yeah, it's going okay. I'm vlogging though, so we're having a little bit of fun. It's a good time. Cece?
Yeah. So I finished The Weight of Our Sky yesterday. I just read this yesterday. So good. All that I wanted from it. It's so good. I started The Bad Muslim Discount, and literally I literally just started, and within the first 3 pages I was like, yes, this is perfect for this readathon, because it's talking about Eid, it's talking about Ramadan, it's talking about religion, it's talking about what it stands for, and all in like a narrative story about like experience, and it's so well done. It's funny, but it's also like a little, I don't know how to explain it, but I am just like 6-7 pages in, but I'm like, yes, perfect pick. I am on page 40 something in The Blessed Olive Tree that Mo just mentioned. As somebody who
told me we were all reading that.
Well, I think I just had it on my TBR and Mo couldn't resist. I picked it because it is a spiritual journey exploring the 5 pillars of Islam, and I thought if I'm diving into that topic, I'm going to dive head first and just get in there. I feel very indifferent about it, and I just had an hour-long conversation with a friend of mine who is Muslim and is currently struggling with her faith. So yeah, I'm trying to find, next to resources, I'm trying to find where do I have connections with Muslims in my life, and can I connect to them and just talk to them about their faith and about things, just to get like all the information that I can from all perspectives that I can.
True. Well, I'm glad. I think I'm gonna have to get it. Dang, y'all, I don't. I guess let's finish up these comments so we can get into our first story.
Yeah.
Eid to you as well.
Eid Mubarak. Yes, with that book. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
It's okay.
Good. That's fine.
Right.
You still have 2 weeks. Well, almost. You still have enough time, and any education is education. So just if you just spend one day looking at something and learning something, that is a win for me in my book.
Yeah.
Hmm. I agree.
All right, I think it's time, right?
It is good. Hold on. Let me just 2 seconds. Let me find the timer. Ooh. I found a really cute one. Hold on, y'all.
Mhm.
You can just put up the image that I prepared,
You're
I think.
saying the image of the
Yeah, because we have a fixed time when we're coming back, right?
yes. Yes. Yes, to answer your question. So what you're saying is we could just start and then just come back. Is that what you're saying? In those
Yeah.
words?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, y'all. Well, we'll see you in 20 minutes. And the first story is Sorry, I should probably tell y'all the title. Oh my gosh, these pictures. Ugh. Anyway, the first story is Perfect by Jamila Tompkins Bigelow, child, y'all, whatever. So yeah, we're just gonna read it and we'll come back and talk about it soon. Happy reading.
Happy reading.
Child. Hello.
Hey.
Are we back?
Yes, we are.
Hmm. So how did everybody do?
How are we doing?
I'm wondering, like, for everyone else in the chat, how that time was for the story, and is it my sound that is a little bit off? Is it Jeff who's off, or am I off?
I think it's Jeff.
Um,
Oh, no, we're back.
you sound a little off, but it might be me. Wow, it's me. I'm so sorry.
Well, maybe just
Hold on.
log out and in again and come back.
It's me.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. So yeah, what a start. Uh,
Yeah,
what a start. How did you like that story?
I liked it. It was good for a short story. To be honest, I wanted a little bit, like, if it was a full length story, I would have really enjoyed it, I think.
Hmm.
I think there's a lot in there. For a short story, it was good.
Yeah.
There was quite a lot of I can see it if it was, fluffed into a big story. I can see like it going through all the emotions and things. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I really liked it.
I think it's so my problem with short stories is oftentimes that you cannot connect to the characters
Hmm.
because you don't develop that relationship, and I feel
Yeah.
like oftentimes also um, a short story either tries to do too much or too little. But I felt like this one was a really good middle. There was like one conflict, one thing,
Yeah.
one problem that was discussed, and I love how that had kind of wholesome feel.
Yeah.
Ah,
Hey.
Hello.
yeah, so much better. Um, so yeah, how did you like this story, Jeff?
Real quick, spill the tea and read said the timing was perfect.
That's good.
And so did Jawar. And I don't know what this is an answer to because I just got back. And Anna said 2 extra minutes, but it was perfectly fine.
Okay, that's good
I
to
think it's
know.
about right, the time.
Yes.
Okay, I don't want anybody to be stressed. I mean, the beautiful thing about like doing short stories is that if you miss one, if you can't get one done, you can still jump in with the next one. So
Yep.
there's no pressure. If you get distracted or something, just jump in with the next one again. So, but it's good to hear that it's timing seems to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yo,
Let us have it.
that was the cutest story I ever read. That was so cute. That was so. When I read it, because I'm glad y'all answered about the timing, because y'all know I read fast. So I had like 15 minutes left. When I tell you I ate that story up, it took me like 5, 6 minutes.
Wow.
It was so cute. I love the relationship because I feel like um a lot of black people who are like something American, it's very hard to blend both of those cultures. And I feel like we don't talk about it enough. Like I've said this before, I would technically be Haitian American, but I feel like I don't identify with the Black American experience enough right now, just because I've had so much Haitian experience that I just go by Haitian. But I do know some people who have struggles like that or who want to be accepted by both, but they can't. So it was just so cute seeing how they like figured it out, and you know she's from Philly or whatever, and that it was just so cute. I loved it. I loved
I
it.
I loved a lot of the description was very, very like the imagery was felt very real and it really spoke to me. I was able to see these colors on dark skin when they talked about clothing. How they
Hmm.
talk about like the popping colors on dark skin was like, oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful in my mind, and I don't visualize much. Also, I got so hungry
Okay. He
talking
thought
about
he
all the
was
food.
feeling when he couldn't eat for like all those hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
getting scared having a full book just of eat stories that I'm just going to be hungry all the
Uh,
whole time.
okay, every story is gonna be something, and then they're gonna talk about the big feast at the end. I bet you.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was like I don't know what it was, but the way that the author described the food kind of spoke to my senses, and that doesn't always happen. If you just talk about like apples and pears and whatever, but the
Mm.
way that they talked about the spices and the aromas, it just felt very speaking to senses, you know.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
So
I
that's what
agree.
makes it for me. I don't want my mouth to be burned like that, to be honest. So I can't deal with that much heat either. But I think that the writing was done really well, so that I felt like I
Yeah.
could smell it, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I don't even like jollof rice, but I was like, pass me a plate, please.
And yeah,
Okay.
as I started mentioning, just having this one conflict, and I love so I hate when in a story it becomes very apparent that this is the lesson you're supposed to learn, and here you have it in your face. And with
Hmm.
it felt wholesome about like connecting and acceptance and that potentially when somebody's mean to you, they don't mean it. I think that the author could potentially have crafted that even more and made more of a point of you misunderstood me being mean or being my own struggle. I think that this point could have been made even more. Like I felt like it was brushed over a little bit
Yeah.
quickly, saying, "Hey,
Hmm.
um, I didn't know much English, so I was mean on accident." No, you weren't. I was mean because I was jealous. I think there was a chance there to go a little bit deeper and a little bit more on point of saying, "Hey, I didn't mean it that way. You just took it that way." And more of getting the sender receiver.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it is a middle grade as well.
that's
It is a middle grade. And I think that's exactly what I meant when I meant it was good for a short story, and that if it was a full length, if it was a book, then that's I think where it could have got a lot more deeper, especially those points. But yeah, it is a middle grade. So I think with
Yeah.
a lot of middle grades like this, like the lesson is there, but it's just kind of skated over a lot of the time. And it's yeah, if you're reading it as an adult, then it's yeah, think about it a little bit more.
middle grade Mo coming to the rescue with the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Jeff, we don't hear
Oh, we
you.
can't hear you.
I don't hear. I don't hear you. Oh, that sucks to have technical difficulty.
Yeah.
Uh, and you're starting to not be like I don't know. I think it was
I
something with your connection. No, no,
hmm. I see what you're saying about that. However,
oh no,
Oh,
oh no,
it's
oh no,
delayed.
oh no,
y'all can't hear me.
oh no. We're gonna have a couple of minutes of.
Hello. Oh, child, not the technical
Let's sit back and
difficulties.
Oh dear.
That's okay. People in the comments, how did you find the book? And also, if you're not reading this for the readathon or you're not reading it right now, what are you reading? And let us know how that's going.
Yeah, that's a good question. And so how connected, Mo, would you feel to that experience? How can you relate at all to this short story? Like Jeff mentioned with her heritage and everything, that like can you relate to this at all?
I want to say a little bit, but I don't know. More because I don't really. Actually, I relate to the bits about traveling to see your family and celebrating Eid together. But for me, my family all live in the same city, my siblings, and we don't really travel out of the city for Eid. So we're lucky in the fact that we can just see everyone on the same day. And obviously before COVID, all in the same house as well. So Jeff's back.
Are we back?
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, I had a really important point to make. Ooh. Okay. I'm sorry. Were you talking? You can finish. Just go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jeff, because I want to hear your important point.
Yes, me too.
Okay. So I do see where you guys are coming from with that, but as an immigrant who knows a lot of immigrants, I will say that when learning a new language, I don't know what it is, but it's just easier to like learn the mean things, like to learn the bad words and to learn like how to be offensive or whatever. It's like, it's never like, oh, you're Haitian, teach me how to say this. It's like, oh, you're Haitian, how do you say these curse words? And it's like,
you're right.
you're
right.
So I just feel like I agree with what y'all are saying, but I can also see it from a Are we struggling again? Yes. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
okay. No, I get that. That's a very good point. Thank you for bringing that perspective. I feel like the author could have just added that perspective within a few sentences, though, and that would have just put it over the top for me. You know what I mean? It's like I understand that, and that's a very good point. I'm just wondering why the author didn't make that point within just it's. We're not talking about transforming a short story into a book by just adding a few lines of giving more context to why she was mean. And if we, even if it's a middle grade, I feel like if we're able to understand more why she was mean, the lesson would hit that much harder.
I mean, yeah, I do see where you're coming from. I do.
You want
Okay. Comments?
Yeah. I want to know how everybody feels about the short story too.
Yeah.
Right.
Cute. Yeah, I think I need to go back and Google some of the words as well. I don't know where. Does anyone know where? Because they describe her as a Mandinka girl. Does anyone know where that is?
Is that,
I thought
isn't
that
that
was
yeah?
Guinea. Because
Yeah.
Oh, say that again.
From Guinea, when she was taught, when they were saying how.
Yeah, they said they're from or Guinea.
Page 8, second paragraph. It was hard to love the idea of spending my Eid with my dad's family from Guinea tomorrow.
What page are we on?
Page 8.
Oh yeah.
Second paragraph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But yeah, some of the clothing words I would probably have to do as well. Mashallah.
Yeah. Girl, Okay.
I think
It's
I
hard
have a feeling Jeff needs
out
to
here.
relog every like 10 minutes.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's going on. So it was a cute story. I love that it conveyed the message of putting aside differences and how they forgave each other
Yup.
and worked together for Eid. Yeah, that's what I loved as well. Very, very well put. You do a much better job at explaining what I like than I do. That's really good. Yeah. I don't think we can click on the links to put them up, but we can go through it. Anna wants plantains now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can see that for me as well. um, Hi, Steph. It's good to see
Oh,
you.
hey.
Steph laughing at the technical difficulties because Steph didn't have to suffer through.
Whew. Okay.
Super Steph. So we went up to I'm Dying by
Yes, I've never seen.
Yep.
I'm saying
I don't know
this
what
never happened before. I like. Why are we showing off today? Ugh,
um
I agree, Steph.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. I found the story so adorable. I'm so glad that there is an each short story book and especially in such a great timing. I agree. I didn't know that that was a thing and I am so grateful. Um and I can't honestly, I'm not a Muslim, so and I find it cool. I find it good. I can't imagine how it is to feel seen that way, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
there's a gazillion books for Christmas, which is what I grew up with, and
Mm.
that you could use for this. But I haven't
Mhm.
seen as
Mhm.
much
Yeah.
for the Muslim community. So
Yeah.
Right. I agree. That is where
Okay.
Guinea
That
is.
makes more geological sense to me.
Geographical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
geographical, geological.
I don't. I don't.
I
I
knew
don't
what
know
I
the
meant.
difference. I was just.
I knew what I meant.
um, I kind of relate with the female character as visiting family every Eid. We used to visit my dad's side of the family every Eid at Makkah, and I really don't like much cause I'm not close with them. Oh, I get that. That must
It's the
be
dad side of the family.
yeah.
Everybody doesn't get along with the dads. Everybody likes
Is
the
it
mum side of the family better.
really?
I don't know. I thought it was a thing.
But is it a thing that you visit your dad's side of the
Yeah,
family
I was just
more?
about to ask. Is that something y'all? Is that like tradition or?
Um, I don't know. Like, I think there's probably cultural differences. Then this is probably where culture comes into it more than religion. But for me, we always kind of do like a bit of a Eid. So we have lunch on Eid day. We'll have lunch at my mum and dad's house, and so my brother and my sister would all come over to my mum and dad's house for lunch, and then for evening we'll all go off to our in-laws. Um,
Hmm.
yeah,
And
I don't know, but
in,
that's just kind
yeah,
of how it works for us.
and in the short
Interesting.
story, they're talking about everybody gathering in the park as well. So it's not like just a family.
Mm,
It's more of a
Mm-hmm.
we are of that culture, we are of that religion, and we all come together, no matter if we're family or not. It feels like extended family. That's what it felt like, at least in the like she was meeting friends at the park, and she made new friends in the new
yeah,
park.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think this is the last one until we start the next one.
I like that side
Oh,
more.
Anna. Oh, Anna. Oh, Anna. I think I do too, though, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting nervous, so just got to
Um,
make sure.
so Jeff, for the next one, why don't you? I shared the image, so you should be able to see the image that I shared in the at the bottom, and instead of a
Okay.
timer,
I
why
mean,
don't you put the
I found it. I found a timer.
yeah. I mean, if
Okay.
you
Uh-oh.
prefer to have a timer on, people let us know if you prefer a timer or if you just. I'm just thinking that if somebody tunes in, they would see the timings and know
Which
where.
story we're on?
Yeah,
Mark.
good.
Okay. It's time.
Getting into the next one.
All right. We'll see you soon.
See you. And I think that's time. I think we're back.
Hello.
How do y'all feel?
Now that was the cutest story I ever read.
Are you gonna say that every time now?
We might. I just might look at that cover. That was just the best story I ever read. I might.
Yeah, but I might have to agree. That was the cutest, and I felt like much more than the story before that the message was delivered nice, and that it was making more of a point. It felt even more wholesome. The dynamics between in just these short pages, we had an amazing character dynamic, and I called it brownies. Now I want brownies.
Yes. The senses. Oh, the way that the way the author described the smells, and when he was like, "Oh, this is why I'm gonna put the brownies in because the smell of the cocoa will like waft in the house or whatever." And then he comes home after prayer and it smells like cinnamon and cardamom, and I'm like, "Yo, that cocoa in there, that's gonna smell real good." Oh, that was cute.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So this the author's Aisha Saeed, and she's the author of Amal and Bound as well, which I love that story. And so yeah, I really like this story. It kind of I like the beginning when he's in the mosque and he's like talking to his friend and he's like, what are you gonna come over, right? And his friend's like, yeah, I think I'm getting a Nintendo Switch. And like I can just see that like playing out in my head.
I was so excited for him. I was like
yeah.
When he was like, he came home with he was like, oh yeah, SA came over with the Switch. I was like, yes, he got
it. Yeah.
And we all knew that this would lead to burnt brownies, didn't we? Like if you come in with a Nintendo Switch.
I don't know.
I thought when they put the brownie batter or whatever in the fridge, he was, I put it next to the biryani and all that the other foods.
Oh, yeah.
I thought something was gonna go into the batter. And then everyone's gonna eat it and be like, what is this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or when Rashawn came back and was like, what did you do? I was like, oh no, maybe he put the tarts in there by accident. Like I was just like, there was just so many possibilities.
Yeah, I thought at first as well that something would happen with
a mixture.
With the tarts and everything that the other person did with Then Roshana I don't remember the name correctly, but because of that conflict in the beginning, but there were so many beautiful messages in this short amount, like Roshana moving on to another dessert can stand for so many things, for evolving, for growing, and still being part of the whole thing, and just how everyone acted with the mishap was so wholesome, and it is such a life lesson behind this, that it's about trying, it's about failing, and finding ways to deal with the results. And like it's such a big life lesson that usually when we mess up, we are the people who feel worst about it, and we feel like nothing could be worse than I effed this up, and everybody, let's just save it. It's gonna be okay. You're human. How many messages are in this short story?
Also, the importance of family, and like loved ones, because the grandma got him the ice cream, the dad got him the whipped cream. Yeah. Rashawn was like, "And you fell with the stash of M&Ms." Yeah. And then the mom was just like, "Did you taste this? This is fantastic." And I was just like, "That was cute."
And then, just about being mindful for each other, and then they're saving a slice for them, and just oh, it was so good. It was good. It was really good.
So good.
Now, so I think at this point, just to repeat, to echo kind of what you said. So, if anybody loved this story and does not have Amal Unbound on their TBR yet, now is the time to put it on your TBR.
Yeah, Amal Unbound is very different. It's not a very cutesy story like this one. Just to put that out there.
But why am I getting it?
But the writing style is amazing.
You said what's it called?
Amal Unbound. AMAL
And
Unbound.
girl, look at that cover because I think that is one
Oh
that's
yeah.
really over as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's your favorite cover, right? Or one of your favorite. I think you mentioned, Mo, that
Yeah.
that's
It's one of my favorite covers ever.
Oh my god, this cover's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you have it somewhere, Mo, so that you can show it?
Oh yeah, let me put.
It's on my Kindle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
No, we're not lagging. I'm frozen. I'm trying to order this book. Hold up.
Oh, we're waiting for you to order the book. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go into the comments, though. I want to know what.
I'm sorry. I was swiping to complete my order. It's coming on Saturday. People just came in.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear what you think about it.
Oh my god, I need to add it to my wish list so I remember to order it.
Add it to the wish list. Add it to the wish list. Thank you.
Oh.
I think we were.
Were we doing the comments?
Yes.
Yeah. And yes, I love the drawings as well.
Mhm.
Do we have an information who illustrated this? Because it's
Yes, cover illustration by Sarah Alfagi. But I think she has also done a lot of the illustrations anyway.
Oh, so it's just one person doing all these illustrations stuff.
I called it. Reading short stories about Eid is going to have us all like salivating, wanting brownies.
Okay. Look. Oh. Okay, now hold up. Now, okay. Just move a little too fast. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I googled biryani and my mom always makes something very similar. Oh, apparently the only difference between the two traditional recipes is that for biryani the rice is fried before cooking. Oh, what is that like a traditional? Is it like Russian or what is it, Anna? That your traditional food is? I love biryani.
That sounds so good. I don't know what it is.
I think I only ate biryani in the UK though for some reason. I don't know why, but I never ate it anywhere else.
Huh.
Why?
Maybe I gotta go to the UK.
I think I like the second story better than the first. It made me think about baking when I was younger. I also love that it talked about accepting new traditions. Yes.
Yeah. I love that. When it was like, oh, maybe we can do these two together next year, I was just like,
yeah,
maybe you can.
I love the message of the story, the way traditions evolve and they don't have to be perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
Agreed. So many messages in this one story.
I know.
During this story, the character wanted everything to be perfect, and what I got is that to have a good Eid, everything doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very good point. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even think of it that way. That's beautiful.
Yeah. When he said that they made a me for each other, then I thought hours passed. Oh yeah, when they were on the Switch.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it was only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why is it so burnt? I mean, ain't nobody never been mad over no crispy brownies. Yes. Yes.
According to the very beautiful pages 2 and 3.
Is Sarah at page 2 and 3?
Oh yeah, it says right here. There. Illustrated by.
Those. She made all of it. That's what I was asking. I was like, maybe I didn't know it was just one person who made everything.
I missed that. I don't know how I missed this.
Same.
I think
missed the whole page.
Yeah, because I don't usually read like the introductions and things, so I
Yeah,
skipped right to the story.
I did a quick flip and went, "Oh my god, that's pretty. Let's start."
But that page, I love
Yeah.
that double spread.
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah.
amazing.
That's what we get for skipping to the start. We were
Yeah.
too eager.
That's what we get for being too excited.
That's what I get for always looking at the covers. I don't
Yeah.
actually look at what's
Yeah,
inside.
tell us about what's inside.
Yeah, thanks Anna for pointing that out.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. I'm not sure. It might be Oriental. My parents were born in Kazakhstan. Might be a traditional recipe there. Oh, yeah, that might make sense. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know geography, so I don't know why that would make sense. But yeah. Right? Because where is this people from? I don't
because I feel like
right?
Yeah, and I feel like it's even closer to it could be that biryani was evolving from a same region, and Kazakhstan is much closer to like the other regions where I would know biryani to be a thing.
Okay, I've heard of it. I've never tried it before, but it's like one of those foods that I hear of, and it's like, yo, I want to try that.
I usually eat in an Indian restaurant.
That's what it is. Too busy eating what I usually get. I'm not trying anything new.
Well, honestly, when I'm close to you, I'm just coming for the wings anyway. So I mean, that's biryani.
I'm waiting for you. They are. Just say when. Just be like, hey, I'm coming. They're already done.
Well, I'm gonna take your word on that one because
please do. Please do.
As soon as I can travel again.
Okay. Make this your first stop. It'll be okay.
Yeah, let's see. I think that if my job ever brings me onto the East Coast or something, I'm gonna stop by.
Yes. I would love that. Mo, and then you figure it out too. Coordinate schedules.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but coordinate. Please.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what to expect of the rest of the book. Is every story now going to be better than the first, than the next? I don't know.
I am so hopeful for this one. Just because Kareem is like my favorite name.
What do we think that the next story is going to be about? Or just any kind of thoughts about the next story?
Absolutely
the illustration and the title.
None. He's gonna be. I don't know.
You're trying to do my.
It's probably gonna be the cutest story I ever read. Like that.
This one might be something about outdoors, maybe.
Because of the image. I think you're trying to do the thing that I asked you for clips for, where the title means something completely different. But yeah. So I think that potentially in this story, our main character learns a lesson about being generous. So I don't know. And yes, outside. Maybe they're delivering something. Maybe this is also about charity.
Maybe
during Eid, maybe bringing food to less fortunate or something.
I don't know, but all I know is that Anna's gonna cook everything this weekend. Send me my plate, thank you.
Please, if you do start cooking food this weekend, please share. Share pictures. We want to see. We want to see it all.
Cece talking about pictures. I'm talking about express shipping, please.
Well, I know that's not gonna work, but at least give pictures.
At least, and tag and app.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. That's how you make it. Oh, well, sorry, y'all.
I've already read it. Ooh.
A feel-good kind of story. Okay.
They've all been feel-good kind of stories.
Yeah, I have a feeling they all are. I mean, they're stories of hope and joy. I mean,
yeah,
it literally says that.
So far, both hope and joy have been given.
Word.
So far.
That's a good statement. Anyways,
I'm sitting here waiting for the time, and I'm like trying to like.
I'm ready to go now too.
I
But
think
I
we
think
should
it's
start.
time. Yeah.
All right, it's time. See you
Right.
soon.
See you soon.
I'm
Yo,
waiting.
that was what the cutest story I ever read. I
I think I still like the second one better than this one, but it was so good. It was so good. And I'm
Yeah,
not
I like
a
the
story
second
person,
one better
but these
still.
work. They work. These, for some reason, they really work. No, and
yes.
may I say, I was right. There is a person learning a lesson about generosity.
Mm-hmm. Karma, generosity, friendship,
Yeah.
family, everything.
So, in the middle of the story, I was like, okay, is this going to be super cheesy and going over the top by him gifting him his bike or something? I was afraid that this was going to go there because I would have been
Yeah,
like, that is not going to be believable from somebody who was this selfish to go that far,
yeah,
um, out of guilt. I felt like the guilt part was portrayed really well in this like short part.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's very relatable. And then when it came to what he ended up doing, that was perfect and was very believable. I mean, the very end that just like it happened that the same bike was gifted to his father, like maybe a stretch.
You need a little bit of cheesy, CC. It's okay.
middle grade, middle grade.
It's
Yeah.
Middle
okay.
grade. Yeah,
Thanks for reminding me, middle grade Mo.
Like, come on. He bought him a bike. He bought him a bike thing. Let him use his bike. He had to take the bus. That little boy had a lot of growth. Let them be cheesy.
No, I do, and I think at this part having that cheesy layer was okay. What I really loved is that he got this kind of basket kind of thing because that wasn't
yeah,
only uh the necessity of something that he witnessed that somebody had lost and that he felt guilty about. This was another layer of being considerate,
Yes.
understanding somebody else's needs. It's just taking it one step further. It's not so obvious. It's very obvious that this poor Sean needs a bike. That's very
mm,
obvious. But getting the basket is the next layer of I
yeah,
understand who you are, I understand what you need, and I understand that this would make your life easier. And I
yeah,
loved it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It was he was so concerned when he was late. He was like, "You have to wake up earlier. Like, you already wake up so early. What's going on?" I was just like, "That's so cute. Like, you really care." It's so important for us to have books where there are little boys caring for each other. Like, it's
yeah,
okay to care. It's okay to be a good
Yeah,
friend. Ah,
that very well put. Yes, it's
yeah,
okay. It's okay to care. It's okay to be a good friend. Yeah.
yeah.
What a wonderful like story. It's ah so good, so good.
super
My
good.
favorite part was when he got the money, and the mum's like, "Oh, maybe that money can bring some happiness to another family. Use it to be generous." And then he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"I've decided to generously buy myself the best Eid gift ever."
I was like, period. Because
And it
I
is
was like,
relatable.
yup. How I'm supposed to put your mask on if I don't have a mask on? Exactly.
Ooh.
loved it.
Yeah.
Loved
But
it.
yeah, I think that this selfishness is relatable and
Mm,
wonderful to bring up. And to be very honest, I do think that there is room for us to be selfish as well. And sometimes we need to learn to be a little bit
yeah,
selfish again as
Mm-hmm.
well,
yeah,
because we need to find the balance where we do not put ourselves after other people.
Yes.
We also put other people at the same, like we care about others and we help others, but not to an extent where it, I mean, making a sacrifice is one thing, but when it really harms you, you
Yeah.
need to think for. like, and do sometimes we just need to do something for ourselves too. So
Yeah.
but yeah, and I think especially for kids, that's a really hard lesson to learn, to find that balance.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, very relatable.
But yeah, and
You
I think especially for kids, that's a really
know, that's funny.
I
Okay.
mean,
So, but yeah, what I just wanted to say is, you guys do not know how many times I have generously decided to buy myself something. So that is so relatable.
I just generously bought myself a book that I don't need.
Yeah.
I loved
Bill?
it. And the other part I liked is the way he is struggling with himself constantly. I think deep down he knows what he needs, like the right thing and the good thing to do. And
Yeah.
then he's like, but I've been saving up this money. Like rightfully, he can buy himself something with his own, his own money.
Yeah.
And there was, I can't find it, but there was another line in here somewhere. About, but basically he's just like, I can buy this for myself, but
Yeah, when he was buying the helmet.
I feel so bad, like it doesn't feel right.
Right.
So yeah, I liked that that struggle was there.
I agree.
Absolutely. The struggle was like the guilt and I have a conscience and everything. It was so well put. It was, from my perspective, the writing of that part was so good, because it felt so relatable and so real, and you could really understand and feel that guilt, in only so short pages,
Yes, it was very powerful, and like it was like, oh no, I feel so bad too. And then when the card fell out, I was like, now that's a little cheesy, but that was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was so good. I loved it. I loved it.
What did everybody else think?
Yeah, what did you think?
Well, it only took me 7 minutes to read it, and I was like, I need a full story. I need to know what happened. Like, did the friendship evolve?
Look at the drawing again after finishing the story. Are you gonna make us cry now?
This one might get me. I'll tell you this next one. Okay.
The joy in their faces.
Okay.
I need to know which one's which. So I think Sean is the one in the back because he's got the basket on his bike.
Yeah, that's what I would have assumed.
Yeah.
Now I am Googling.
Yeah, Google it and just tell us so I don't have to do it. Because
I need to see a picture of it too.
Okay, y'all can both describe it.
Traditional Middle Eastern sweet cake originated in Egypt.
Wait, no, I saw Mo's face. Now I gotta look for it.
I'm hungry.
Oh, what is that?
A Melina cake.
It's like a
It's a cake. It looks very fluffy. So Mo, what would be traditional Eid food for you?
For me, I don't know. I'm not a massive foodie, but probably like a biryani probably would be, and then it's more kind of like lots of sweet things, and biscuits and baking, lots of baking. I know that a lot of, so I don't know if this is a cultural thing or it's a need thing where we make a plate, and it's got like biscuits and other things that we've baked, and just little bits and bobs, and then we'll make like 20 of those and then give them all out to our friends and family on Eid day or around Eid time. So
nice.
Yeah, just lots of home baked goods and things, and even stuff like that you've bought. But yeah, Lots of sweet, cakey things is what we like.
And when you say cultural thing, what culture are you referring to? Like, is it more like UK, or do you have like what heritage are you drawing this from when you talk about culture?
Um, Probably a mix of UK and I'm Indian, so a bit of that as well. Yeah, and then I don't know. It's just kind of things evolve with time as well. So, kind of when I was young, I can remember like the plates being full of things like samosas and like fried things like that. And now it's kind of evolved into home baking and the more of the kind of the Insta pics or whatever they're called or Instagram kind of things where like the young generation's out and they're like, we want to take a picture of this and put it on so it needs to look good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of evolves with time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Any like favorite childhood memories of like food around Eid? Anything specific?
Ooh, not childhood. Probably because I was just more interested in the present than the food.
Okay.
And even right now, I don't know. I like the brownies and things anyway, and just anything home baked. I love. So yeah.
Brownies.
Brownies.
I know. I can't stop thinking about the brownies from the second story.
We're all gonna make brownies this weekend. I can already
Right.
see
Actually,
that.
birthday is Friday, so I'm gonna make brownies for Saturday. Yup, I'm gonna have me some brownies.
Yep. Yep.
Wow, I'm excited. Thank you for
Or
saying that.
basbousa. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but
Ooh, pupusas. Those are good too.
Basbousa.
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 Karim did a good deed with his Eid gift. He did, but I think the person who ran over Sean's bike did it on purpose. Oh,
Yeah,
'cause I
because
thought
it wasn't my
Whoa.
turn.
I mean, that was a big meanie. That guy was a big meanie. Actually,
Yeah.
you know, I really did like that they didn't go further into like blame for like blaming this
Yeah.
person and everything, because I think that's a very easy thing to channel your frustration into anger towards the person who damaged your bike.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that the story didn't go there, and the story explored more of like the
Mhm.
guilt that he didn't finish the route and just being generous. So yeah.
Yeah, but they are 11 too, so it was like very realistic that how they would act. I think
hmm
it's all fine. Welcome. Ooh, 2 books. Sources.
So, but I'm here. I've already finished 2 books and read other courses so far this week. That is
You're
amazing.
killing it.
What books have you read?
Yes, honestly, please tell us.
Because we haven't ordered enough books.
Okay, just let me know. Just one swipe.
I'm making some. Wait for it. Brownie s'mores. Yes. Okay.
Wow, I've never seen those before.
I think I've seen
was
something
that?
like that, but it's so like heavy on like I can't eat that much chocolate. Maybe I'm just gonna have to get
Wow.
like brownie because I can't eat like the whole bit of brownie.
That sounds good.
But brownie s'mores,
Graham
damn.
cracker. You could put some marshmallow fluff and then put the brownie on top, or in the reverse order.
Or like a Rocky Road brownie. Mm.
Yes. Wow, I'm hungry. Wow.
Comes in a whole kit in Walmart. Oh,
I'm gonna go to Walmart.
well, we don't have a Walmart here, but that's cool.
Neither do we.
I'm sorry. I'll go to Walmart for y'all. I'll let you know.
And you're gonna eat the brownies for us too, am I right?
I can't just make them and leave them there. You know how many people are starving? Come on now. It would be a disservice. I'm going to generously feed me my brownies.
If that isn't gonna start becoming a catch line for
Yeah.
us, I'm
Okay.
gonna do this thing for me.
You gonna order a new book? I'm a generously gift myself the gift of literature.
Ooh, that is so well put. But honestly, generously doing something for yourself is very mindful and very wellness and very good for your mental health. So just say, be generous to yourself.
You have to self-care.
Yeah, we are way too mean to ourselves. I mean, honestly, there's so much, in this world. Why do we add on that by being mean to ourselves? Like,
I'd be so like if I were like half as nice to myself as I am to other people, it'd be great. It's just so hard being nice to yourself, and like it's just so easy being nice to others and like just not to ourselves. It sucks, but
yeah, we like to torture ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
We have 5 minutes, 4 minutes. I just want to read the next story, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Ooh. I finished Punching the Air and read A Very Large Expanse of Sea. They were both terrific. They were the 8th and 9th, 5th star.
Wow.
Wow. Good. I mean, I didn't expect anything less from Punching the Air after what y'all been saying.
Yeah.
Period. What was your favorite part, and where did you cry? Answer both of them.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
they give the same answer? Right.
Yeah, we talked about it, Jocelyn. We talked about predicting you would cry. So now we want to know, did you?
Yes. And do you feel like there should be a sequel? Because I say yes, but I also say no.
Ooh.
Because it was because the way it ended, it was just like, okay, well, I want to know now. But then it's like, I guess it's better that I don't know because he's like kind of happy. I don't know. I would love a second one. I'll read it. You know, I'll read it. But do I need it? Maybe.
Could you imagine a sequel in a more detached way, that it's like different people in the same world with the same
a different point of view?
Yeah, kind of like that. It's
maybe
like,
from the point of view of the assaulted party, because he's only in jail for attempted murder because the person was in a coma. So
spoilers. You spoilers.
I'm sorry. I mean, it wasn't really a spoiler. It's like you don't know what. Anyway. No, don't lie to the people. It's not a spoiler, y'all. But like from the perspective of what's going on the outside world, because we know what's going on in the prison. Maybe.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I haven't read it, but it still makes a lot of sense. I haven't read it yet.
Okay, put that on there.
It is.
Oh no, I'm so sorry you didn't cry.
I want a prequel and a sequel, and I think that's why I didn't cry. Like, you didn't give me a prequel and you didn't give me a sequel. Now I'm not gonna cry.
Wow, not you punishing the book for you not crying. Yeah. Such a good book. I'm so glad you loved it. Oh my god.
Yeah. But it's interesting when the beginning hits you harder than the rest. It's like your expectations when the beginning hits, your expectations are like, whee!
Yeah.
I don't know, because sometimes with topics like that, I can't have it hit the whole time. Like, I'd rather hit me in the beginning, like with The Hate You Give, when it hits you in the beginning, even though I cried the whole way through from page 3 to the end. It hit harder in the beginning, but everything was essential. Like, I'd rather have the climax in the beginning and then the...
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I want to cry at the end. I want to cry at the end. So I think I want to hit hard at the beginning to get into the, oh shit, this is this type of story. And then have this like mood throughout that this is really like something's working in me to follow along, and then cry in the end. That's the best.
Yeah. I like to cry at the end or cry the whole way through. It's either one or the other. But one thing about me, I will cry.
I've never cried at a book.
Mo, now I gotta start recommending you sad books. You ain't never cried until you cry because of a book. I promise, it's the best cry ever. Isn't it so good?
Yeah, it is. Well, I I tend to also so I tend to cry oftentimes more because of wholesome things. Things like
Yeah.
when people find the thing that they've been looking for and they finally get there, when they finally reach something, when they finally have that special moment
Mm.
that is
Mhm.
so rare and so raw.
Mhm.
That makes me cry too. I think in the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, there was this one moment in the end that felt very positive and wholesome, but also like something that was building up to. And I tend to cry more when it comes to this type of things. Um, and I also tend to cry when series are over because I'm grieving over the characters leaving my life.
Mm.
So when I know this is like the last episode of a series that I'm
Mm.
watching, I tend to cry because I know this is it. I'm never going to see them again. I have
Yeah.
to say goodbye now. And I don't want them to leave my life. I know I can rewatch the whole freaking thing, but it feels
But
like,
that's not the point. It's different.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're not new. They're not part of my life anymore in that sense that I get a new story from them. So
Yeah.
they're leaving my life. And
Yeah.
so it's like they're dead and I'm grieving, leaving.
Yeah. As you should, honestly. Even the boys writing is a whole different level. Yes. Beautiful. Literally beautiful. Be I read the acknowledgments and I never read acknowledgments. I did not want it to end.
I
Test
really crying in the
yeah.
beginning. I think if there had been a little bit more in the beginning, like testimonies or something, I would have gotten there. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I think we're
Oh,
at time to go to
we
the last.
are. We are. And we're just a
Okay.
little too short. It needs a sequel. I agree, Jocelyn. I agree. All right, we are on the fourth story. We will be back.
Donuts.
We are back, aren't we?
Um, yes. I thought we were gonna stay an extra 2 minutes since we were 2 minutes late starting, but we can
Oh,
come. Hello.
I'm not sure if anybody needs more time. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
What a story. That touched me so much.
The first paragraph. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
funny because we were talking about books and crying.
Yeah.
And then I read that.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's like as if we knew we were getting like that kind of story that we just talked about books and crying, right?
Yeah.
right. I was. This was vague. I didn't know what was the issue. I was like,
Mm.
did her brother die? Did her dad
Mm.
leave? Like, okay, her mom is sick, but did her dad leave because her mom was sick? I didn't know where it was going, but it was a really warming story.
It was
Yeah.
intentionally vague, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that the writing style in the beginning felt very much like I was in the mind of a child.
Yes.
And as it progressed, it became more clear,
Mature.
and stable, and mature. Um, it's in the beginning you have shorter sentences. It's there's no happiness in the air. I want to go back to bed. Um, they
Mm.
told me special day. It's like a lot of these like emotional short sentences, and it just becomes a little bit. It gets a different tone over the course of the story.
Yeah.
And that was that's just a couple of pages. How do they do that?
Yeah.
Baffling.
It's like, and honestly, I have never like I have read a few anthologies, a few things like short story collection, and it's usually like, oh, there's one story in there that's nice. There's not one that I don't think is nice in here.
Yeah, I've loved all of these so far. I
Like,
would like to continue reading, but now we have to wait till Friday.
well, I have so many other good books that I can read until then, so that's good.
Yeah.
And ooh, how did you guys like oh, the way that she described how she matched the donuts to the people?
The people.
Ah!
Yes.
Love that.
Oh,
That was cute. That was giving me to all the boys we loved before.
Love that.
When what's her face kept baking and stuff and was like, "Oh, this is for da 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 da." Like, yeah, that was so cute.
it's
Yeah.
just so
I'm just Googling the author because I know I've seen the name SK Ali somewhere else. And literally, when you type in SK Ali in Google, the first thing that comes up is Love from A to Z. So that is the same author. If you see the cover of that book, then you'll know the book.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of people reading that book for the Ally-A-Thon already.
Yeah, and also this second kind of paragraph kind of was a bit relatable for me when she was talking about what makes a day special, or what makes a special day special. You don't have to go to school. Like they told you it's a special day. So this is kind of how I felt a little bit last year when we were celebrating Eid, because it was the first kind of so in the UK we went into lockdown in March, and then we were fasting in April, and then it was Eid in May, and it was all COVID was still kind of fresh and like a new thing then, and that was literally, when first lockdown like hit, I think it took us all like by shock, and by surprise, and yeah, so that was the first Eid like in proper lockdown, and it was kind of like we couldn't go anywhere or see anyone, and I was kind of having these thoughts in a way like what's actually gonna be special about this day, because you can't see anyone, you can't share food with anyone. So literally, when I read those lines, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think about how Eid was affected last year, or like any major holiday. Like,
Yeah, I was like,
y'all couldn't do anything.
It was interesting that it basically we were locked down, and then kind of the part of the country where I'm in as well, we were pretty much locked down the whole year. And they tried to have these kind of like tier zone things where some things were restricted in some areas and not in others. And then it was when we were coming up to Christmas, they kind of announced like, oh, there's 3 days where you can do kind of, there's no lockdown or anything. And then literally after those 3 days of Christmas was over, it was like, okay, yeah, back to lockdown now. So there was obviously a lot of angst around that, and kind of just like, why are we doing this for Christmas and not for other lots of other things? But yeah, I think there's a discussion point right there.
Yeah. Wow.
Very good point. Experienced very similar situation here in Germany. Although it wasn't completely lifted, I know that the government tried to make exceptions for Christmas. I do not know how much of the population celebrates Christmas versus other holidays in Germany. So I have no idea. I think that with Eid specifically, it was very different timing. Like you said, it was very early on, and in the very beginning, we were like, "Oh, this is gonna be 2 weeks. It's just gonna be the week."
Yeah, so, I remember. I was like, "Oh, this is 2 weeks. We'll be fine."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, girl."
Right. So for Eid last year, I don't think that the governments were able to be at that point where they were able to make an exception. But then for Christmas, because so much time had passed and you had the COVID fatigue and the like lockdown fatigue, I think that you were able to manage that differently than Eid. Now I'm wondering if it would have been different if the timings were exactly opposite, because I don't know if the governments would have acted differently and made an exception for Eid but not for Christmas. I don't think that would happen. If the timing would have been more towards that. It's a very interesting point. Jeff, are you religious, or do you have any like traditions like that you follow?
I'm Seventh-day Adventist, which is the easiest way I can explain it is basically Jewish, with the exception that we believe that Jesus is also God as opposed to just a prophet. But yeah, I go to church every Saturday. This Saturday I'm going volunteering instead because I found like a cute little like radical group for POC. That's definitely my thing. So instead of church, I'm gonna go volunteer and pass out masks and sanitizers and stuff. But yeah,
as a Sunday Adventist, do you celebrate anything? I think I only know one family in my life, and they that are Seventh-day Adventists, and they pretty much say no celebration at all, nothing.
We aren't like Jehovah's Witnesses, so we celebrate birthdays and we like can like go out and party or whatever. But in terms of like Christmas, we don't celebrate Christmas, but we celebrate Thanksgiving, Haitian Flag Day, which was yesterday. Like we celebrate those things, but
no religious
calendar, just Christmas. Like and, like, we don't have like the Catholic observances. I went to Catholic school for 12 years, and we don't celebrate any of those feast days, but or Christmas. But other than that, we celebrate other things.
So there's no religious holidays. It's just like cultural, geographical, country holidays for you.
Yeah, because we go to church on Saturdays, we don't celebrate Easter. Like we can go eat for Easter and just like we're just having dinner or whatever, but we don't go to church on Sundays, Easter Sunday, because we would have gone to church.
Right.
That's Holy Saturday. So, yeah, a lot of the cultural holiday, or no, the religious holidays, they were like catered towards more of the Sunday worshiping Protestants and stuff. And since that doesn't apply to me, we just don't. It's
Right.
kind of just like, okay, basically.
Okay. Were you born into this religion, or did you choose that religion?
I was born into it, but we in my religion we don't get baptized as babies. We get presented in the temple like, oh, this is the baby that the village has to like protect or whatever. And then when you get to an age where you feel like you've been convicted and you want to take the religion on yourself, you take classes and then you get baptized yourself. Well, you don't do it yourself; you make the decision yourself.
Right.
Yeah, but I was in Catholic school from the ages of 6 till I was 18. So it was just a lot of like contradictory things.
Mhm.
And I think because I had such a long history in the Catholic religion, like I had to actually study it. Like I was reading their Bible and I was taking notes. And like I know the feast days and I know the saints, and sometimes I like will my mind will slip and I'll like pray to a saint real quick and it's like, girl, you don't do that anymore. Like, but I think because I had such that long history that my religion, like it actually feels like my choice. Because in
Right.
terms of knowledge and in terms of religions I'm most comfortable with, it would be Catholicism just because I know so much about it.
Mhm.
But that's just not the religion that's convicted my spirit. I went to Seventh Day Adventist school in college or for college. Um, yeah, so it was good to be like in a surrounding with like people who were my religion as opposed to just seeing my people on one day a week and seeing all these Catholics for these other 5 days. So yeah.
Mo, I assume you were born into Islam as well.
Yeah.
Did you take a conscious choice at any point that this is your religion?
Say again.
Was there any point where you make a conscious choice to accept that this is your religion, or is it just something that you're taught and that you were born into? And
I don't think conscious is the right word, but I know what you're trying to say. But for me, it was kind of I just accepted it from a young age.
okay,
And then there was a time where I thought, what am I trying to say? There was a time in my life where I was like, this religion is the right religion for me, and I accepted it fully. Whereas before, kind of, I guess it's a point where you become
Intentional. You become
mature, yeah, and everything's intentional, rather than you're just doing it because your
yeah,
parents tell you it's the right thing,
yeah,
you're taught it's the right thing, and this and that. And then there was a point where I was actually, yes, this is what I want to do, and I do think it's the right thing, and it's not just adults telling you it's the right thing.
Yeah. Because when you're younger, it's easy to like say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm this religion," because every Saturday your parents wake you up and you all go to church. But what happens when you're off in college and you have your own car? Like I was missing some Sabbaths, but on those days it was just like I felt like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing? I'm not supposed to just be in my dorm room just chilling. Like, can you at least put a church service in the background, put on some gospel music, do something like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't go to church, or even if I don't go to church, I do something intentional. Like, I intentionally try to be a better person, and I intentionally try to walk in the steps, you know? You just have to, it's not choosing. It's like, accepting. It's intentionally
accepting.
It's like, okay, my parents don't take me to church, but I'm still gonna go. Parents don't take me to mosque, but I feel like I need that. Oh, it's noon, I need to pray. Like, I don't have to pray, but I feel better when I do. You know what I mean? Like, you just come to a point where it's like, okay, either this is working for me or it's not working for me. It's very not cut and dry, but it's pretty
I think
Once
that's the test. Like when you're not with your parents or your elders or whoever,
yeah,
and it's the time to, I don't know, pray or something. When
figure
you
it
make that
out.
decision, yeah, that's when you kind of know.
Right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
when there's nobody else there,
Yeah.
basically.
You make
Right.
that.
The doors are closed. Are you still?
Yeah,
What are you really about? Like, do
yeah.
you?
No one's gonna know if you pray or not. So
Right. Right.
yeah,
Just like in the one of the parables or whatever, Jesus was talking, and he was like, if you need to pray, you don't have to go to the church, to the temple, and make this huge scene. Just go into your room, close the door, pray. Like the Lord is gonna hear that
yeah,
more than if you're making a huge spectacle of it. If you don't have money, don't show off that you're giving out all of your
yeah.
money. Like the Lord will accept the beggar's pennies faster than he'll accept the riches of like the king, because it just, the intentionalities are different. This
Right.
conversation is great.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. I love this. I love learning about other uh journeys and theological journeys and beliefs. It's very fascinating.
I want to bring us back to the book.
Yes, please.
Basically,
Sorry.
because this is thinking in my head, and I don't really know what I think of it. So I want to kind of hear your guys' thoughts. So on page 71, I don't know if it's exactly the same for you guys with your hardbacks, but
With us.
on page 71, in that middle paragraph, where she says, cinnamon swirl mama laughs, it's like a door opens, happiness to step back into the house. And then this next line, a door opens in me too, and I tumble out unsquished. What does that mean for you guys?
Like, you know how when a door is slowly closing
Mm.
and you like try to slither by right before it shuts? You know, like in those dramatic scenes in movies where the gates
Yeah,
about to close and you woo,
yeah.
like that. Like the door that's open is the door to the happiness, and she's just trying to get by before it closes because she wants to be in the room where the happiness is. That was beautiful.
I feel like, no, yeah. I feel like squished before, like it was all pressure getting. It felt like everything was in on her. That's how I read the whole. It felt almost like she was getting to that, like, I don't know where to go. It felt like the walls closing in. Reading it, and it at this point I was like, it felt like relief, not being squished, getting out, and getting into that happiness. That's what I read into.
How did you read it, Mo?
I didn't know what to think. It confused me a little bit, but I think I was being a bit too literal. And I was still, the whole cinnamon swirl mama as well kind of just threw me, because then I just started thinking about how the donuts were associated to the people.
Mo said he was hungry, okay?
And then it literally went straight onto that sentence that kind of like threw me a little bit.
Yeah, it was a lot of imagery all at once.
Yeah,
there's so many good sentences in this, though.
There is.
Just how it ended. Special days start when you run toward them. Like, come on, that's like, let's take that with us, please. Special days start when you run towards them.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Look,
I think there's a few mentioned in the comments as well. At least one.
Yes.
Let's go through these. Did we? Oh, Jocelyn says she recommends this. Stop recommending me books. Thank you and have a nice day, Jocelyn.
I want to ask Jocelyn a question because I had this on my Ramadan Reads TBR, and then I didn't read it because I read somewhere that there's a bit of a love story thing going on. So, a question to Jocelyn: do you think that as a person who really doesn't like romance, would you still recommend it to me?
This book right here?
Yes, this A Very Large Expanse of Sea.
Oh yeah, I don't like romance either. So Jocelyn, answer that for both of us, please and thank you. Even though I just yelled.
I think Cece as well. You don't like.
I think
All of us.
I see a T-shirt coming up. Does it have romance in it?
I'm screaming. The story of the third story is the author. Y'all know what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, Jocelyn, I'm telling you. Right?
Later on the Mother
Oops,
Goose.
Star Child. My bad. Yeah.
I still want to talk about that. How
Okay.
I want to know what the mum was suffering from. I mean, I know that's not the focus of the story, so she's kind of left it out because it doesn't matter what she's ill from.
Cancer?
I think it's
I
cancer.
thought it was from the scarf. Oh my gosh, the imagery when she was like, "Oh, my
Mhm.
mom used to love scarves, and now she only has 2 colors." I was just like,
Yeah.
Because there's a line in there that mentions that she doesn't need a hijab anymore because of her
yes,
hair. That's
Yeah.
why I got cancer.
yes, and little tufts were going back or something. Yeah, I think it's cancer.
This is my favorite writing. Yeah, this was powerful. Agreed.
I still like Kareem's the
And
best.
smile can make the day
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
Good line too. Very good line. Very good line.
Mm-hmm.
How did you
I missed that one.
That wasn't even explained. It just hit the little brother. Yes, that's true.
I missed that one. I'm gonna have to go back and read it.
Yeah, I'm gonna reread it because Mo and I both missed that.
So yeah, let's go through the rest.
Let's go back. Let's talk about this real quick. What we going? Oh, we going through the rest of it?
Let's go through the rest. Yeah, I just had another question for the story pop up in my head.
All right. Hi. This is the person I met today, who I'm volunteering with. This hello. Hi. She's so nice. Ugh. Thank you. I'm excited.
Already excited for Friday. Me too. This was a lot of fun.
Friday's the same time?
Same time.
Oh no, I work on Friday.
Yeah, let us and also let us know how this works for you. I mean, I'm excited for this format and I'm loving this reading together and discussing. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I'll have to leave very soon because tomorrow morning and it's almost.
Good night, girl. What's up on Friday?
Can you recommend a good reference to explain Islam at a high level? I need somewhere to start. Isn't one of the first videos that you posted in the Notion that?
Yeah. So when you mean at a high level and then you need somewhere to start, do you mean because you already have a basic understanding and you want something deeper?
I read it as the opposite, as not having any.
Not at a high level.
No, at a high level because having no understanding, need a starting point to start understanding Islam. That's how
like complex to explain all the basics. So I think that's
detail.
A high level. Yeah. Detail.
Okay. Yeah.
I was a little confused too. I was like,
well, when we talk at a high level at work, we mean like not in detail, but at a high oversight level to get the broad understanding.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I would say check out the Notion because there's some good resources and some good videos on there as well. And I intentionally put one with John Green because lots of people know John Green anyway, and he does explain things quite nicely. But if there's some terms that he doesn't use, terms that he uses that you still don't understand, they're quite easily Googleable. Or feel free to come back to the next live and I can try to answer them or find other resources that can help.
Yeah. Yes, there's romance. It isn't heavy, but it's important to the story. The romance is between a Muslim girl and all-American boy, but it's much more than falling in love.
Okay.
I am still struggling with is it too much for me or not? It's like I understand it's
how important is romance. If you took romance out, is it still a good story? Because if you can tell me yes, then I will order it now.
Well,
my other book.
I mean, she did say it's important to the story, but if you take romance out, is there any story left?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go, Cece.
Yeah.
She questions why he's even paying attention to her, then why he would want to know anything about her. She doubts that he wants to be friends with her. She doesn't think much of herself at all.
Hmm.
Um, mm, mm,
Jocelyn,
too romantic.
I'm trying so hard to be on the same boat as you.
Yeah, I'm not getting on
Uh,
that boat.
I have my ticket, but I don't think I'm getting on.
I don't know. I want to give it a chance. I feel like I want to give it a chance, but
You
I'm
tried
still a
for
bit.
us.
But I am. I already have it on my Kindle.
So you
So
got it.
I may read it as part of the Ally-A-Thon, and then can get back to you guys.
Please do. Thank
Yes.
you for taking the fall.
Well, with this description, my fear is that we have a white all-American savior trope where this Muslim
Mm,
girl needs the confirmation, the approval of this white all-American boy that she's worthy, and I don't like that. I'm not
Well,
having.
I don't know. Maybe she finds her self worth. Well, but then again, it's like is self worth equal this white boy liking you? But like maybe it's more than that. I'm not sure. You see, Mo, just get back to us, please.
I guess I should say there isn't romance. It's about relationships. That's just one of them. Okay.
okay, if it's just one of them, I could.
Okay,
But that's not it at all. Okay,
Okay,
good.
Jocelyn. Well, run it
Good.
down, girl, please, because it's giving. I don't know.
Okay. So yeah, Mo, you read it.
Yeah,
I mean, you were looking for your next read for the Ally-A-Thon anyways,
I
weren't you?
was. I was.
So there you have it.
That could be a book that was recommended to you if you don't have one.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I have loads of recommendations, but I love recommendations, and I like recommendations more from people rather than like on Goodreads when it's just like finding books or things.
Yeah, understanding why it's recommended is so important.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
So let me ask you one more thing about the story. First, did you want to?
no,
sorry.
you carry on.
So what did you think about the ending part about Mr. Love? I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Neither do I.
Come in. Like, I was like, what does this give to the story? Was that necessary? And what layer did it add what value did it add to the story? Because I was confused why he needed to come in and bring the new donut. And is that an image for something? Or like, what layer did that give to the story?
You know how when the title of the story is "Do Not Break Tradition," and so when he was saying that, Joy noticed like the little things that they were doing, like people take notice. So it was like, okay, my employee noticed that you didn't get your special donut this year, and then you do that every year, and so now like I know something's up. So here I am trying to help. You know what I'm saying?
The special donut is a new one. It's not the tradition. They noticed that
the tradition is her going over there. So it's like, okay, I know it's Eid, and here are these special donuts. So like, we already have this rapport, and he doesn't have a family to go to, so he regards them as his family. So when he noticed that, oh my gosh, our Eid donuts are done, and our Eid family didn't get a chance to get them yet, let me bring some over. But that's just how I looked at it. But I don't know.
I read it as when she first sees him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, where's your family?" And then she's like, "Yeah, my mum's sick, so I need to go back." And then there's a line in there where she says, "Oh, but I didn't tell him how sick she is." I think he already realized how sick she might be, the mum, and then he's like, "I'm gonna go take them some donuts as like a charity thing."
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know about the coming inside. I think that's probably more. I don't know. I guess maybe more of a cultural thing again. Like, because if a lot of the time as well, like when we turn up to, like when we're giving out the Eid plates that I mentioned earlier, we'll always be like, "Oh, come inside and have like a drink or something, or just like stay for a bit and chat and have a drink." So I don't know. Maybe it was like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would the story have made the same impact on you without this part, or did it give another layer that you?
It
Um,
didn't give it didn't give another layer to me, but I wanna you know how she made the donuts to each person?
Uh-huh.
I wanna know if there was a connection that I'm missing with the cinnamon chai donut.
There's no donut for her, is there? Did she put one for herself?
no, she didn't. She didn't report.
Ooh.
She did not. I actually made note of that when I was reading. But back to adding the other layer,
Yeah.
I knew that he was gonna play like a semi-important person in the story just because the way the author was focusing on him, like, oh, okay, we already know you're going to his place. Now you're talking to him, and he wasn't even in the store. Like, okay, he's gonna come back. So for me, it was like it was kind of expected, and actually, I would feel a little confused if he wasn't in it, if he didn't pop back up, because I was so sure of it that he was gonna come
Yeah.
back.
I'm
So
just wondering. My mind is now taking me to a level where I'm like, am I getting analytical to a point where this is taking me back to school and we're analyzing more than the author intended? But
Yeah.
hear me out. The new cinnamon chai donut, we've been experimenting for a while and just put out our first batches this week. Is this a symbol for, because we don't have a donut for her, is this a symbol for her being a new person after this experience growing up? Because also, I feel like cinnamon feels a lot like it was mentioned, like the very traditional. The mom is the cinnamon swirl. Um,
mhm.
she's cinnamon chai, and I feel like chai is more of a grown-up thing. She says in the beginning she doesn't drink the coffee; she wants the sweet hot chocolate. And like
Yeah.
with chai, feels like I'm taking over as the mother figure a little bit. I'm the one taking care. I'm the one
Mhm.
providing the donut. I'm the one holding up the traditions, the growing up
She
bit.
finally gets her own donut. Because before it was her brother bringing the donut, like picking them up, and he was at school, so
Mm.
now she had to do it.
Yeah, and we've been experimenting for a while and just put out our first batch this week. It's like she's been growing up this week. She's been growing up through this experience.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm putting way too much into this right
No,
now,
I
but
think,
it's
I
right.
think you're right.
Even if you are, I love that.
I think I'm gonna keep it. So
I kind of want to ask SK Ali now if how off I am.
later.
There's a lot of things that happen to her because she's Muslim. Some are related to his interest in her, and some aren't related to him. He doesn't try to be her white savior. That's good.
Okay, good.
This book reminds me of Bang by Barry Leica.
Okay. If anything, I think she tries to protect him by pushing him away. Okay. So I think that even though he doesn't try to be her white savior, sometimes I feel like stories are still written that way that they end up being the white savior even if they don't try. And I am very critical of that lately. I found parts of it interesting because the story is set in 2002, 1 year after 9/11. Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. I might check it out.
Mo's gonna read it for us.
I'm gonna read it.
Okay, he's gonna read it for us. I'm putting it in my Goodreads as read. Okay. Who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know. How would they know?
Yeah.
How would they know?
Nobody's gonna
They're
know.
gonna know.
How would they know?
Yeah.
Oh my god! How are they know? How they gonna know? Who's gonna tell them? Nobody.
Wow.
How are they gonna know?
Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know? How would they know?
I love that. Damn. Guys, this is so good.
Short? No, you should just let it was short. I might read it. Might listen to it. Is it on Scribd?
I just popped in to say hi. Hi. I haven't
Hey.
Please go study.
Ooh, good luck.
Yeah,
Good
good
luck.
luck. And I hope that you can join one of the next sprints and then read with
Yeah.
us. honestly, this was so much fun reading these stories and just being able to chat with you right after and
Yeah.
hearing other people's
Yes.
thoughts. Just made, I'm wondering if I like these short stories better because of that, or
Yes.
are they just as good? Are they this good? They
Both.
are.
I think I'm enjoying it more. I'm definitely enjoying it more that I get to discuss it with someone as soon as it's fresh in my mind. Because I know like when we do like reading wrap-ups and things, it's not always as fresh. So I don't get to um I know there's be something that I loved about the book, but I
Yes.
forget why I loved it so much, and I'll try and put that
Yes.
across in like the video, but it doesn't always come across. So I'm loving this, and especially that we can just specifically say the line and everything. Um, and yeah,
I love this experience too. Like,
Jocelyn says good luck.
good luck.
Also, you shouldn't know that Jocelyn says good luck because you should be studying.
good point. I felt
She's having a
Legendborn.
break. She's generously giving herself a break.
How are you even start yet?
Now Najat does not know what that is referencing to. So Najat, if you hear that you need to read the third,
She's gonna come go back and watch this.
yeah, go back
Yeah.
and watch it. And
Yeah.
generous is what this reference to. I felt Legendborn had that white savior complex to it. It didn't dwell on her ancestor magic, but was most focused on the King Arthur legend. Ooh, that.
But I think Legendborn not a like a reimagination of King Arthur.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't it? And I think that
Yes.
just because it's based on white story doesn't make it white savior,
Yeah.
does it?
I will tell you that I disagree, and here's
Okay.
I don't disagree with y'all. I disagree with the
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Because Bree didn't like her full King Arthurian powers didn't activate until she was like more into her roots, her ancestral powers. Because I remember at one point she like didn't really know much about it, but like something happened, and then when she was learning more about what was going on and how to control it and how her family was connected to it, that's how she like even the words when the lady was explaining what the different auras and stuff, what all of that meant, she was comparing it to, okay, this is what they call this, and she wasn't even calling it what they were calling it anymore. I think that it was very, I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I see what you're saying. I just did not see it that way in the time that I read it.
Now I need to read it to part of that
You
conversation.
see, I've been telling you to read Legendborn for 17 years.
Wait, what?
See, it's on script. I'm gonna check it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Update for the Ally-A-Thon. I read Love from A to Z, Once Upon an Eid, Perfect Fruit, and the Poet Eggs. Wow!
The Poet Eggs! I love that book.
Books. Wow.
Elizabeth Acevedo.
It. 4 prompts done.
Done. Wow. It's only 3 days.
I'm gonna take your books and put them on my
Fashion
Goodreads too.
Nobody's gonna know.
No.
How are they gonna know?
How would they know? Goodreads does not respect me. I'm like 32 books behind schedule, and I'm like, all right, relax. I'm about to put on all my preschool books, the books that I read to the kids. I'm putting them all in.
But that's fair. That's fair. You read them, right?
Nobody's gonna know. The kids aren't
They're on
reading.
Goodreads. They're on Goodreads.
They are on Goodreads, Mo.
They're on Goodreads, yeah.
Yeah. Period.
How many books are you behind? I can give you 29 that I'm ahead.
Oh wow, yeah. Give them her. I'll tell you exactly how many books I'm behind. Just DM it to me. I put them right in the. I am so many.
Do you have a challenge set up?
44. Don't please. I only read 12 books this year so far. Well, I haven't counted the ones that I've been reading because I put them all in at the end of the month.
Right.
But remember, I didn't really read in March or April. So I'm just now coming back. So now I'm like,
That's fine though.
I might have to adjust my goal to 10, and then that way I'm above my goal.
No, that was a group that shared that this is like so true. I love this. Let me get this. So, list of books to read before you die. 1, any book you want.
Yes.
2, don't read books you don't want to read.
Yes.
3, that's it. 4, congratulations, you did it.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
Is the most accurate list.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
How many books do you want to read? All of them.
That's it. Well, except for romance.
Wow.
I can do without the romance book. I don't need to read them.
Yeah, well, all of the ones I want to read.
I want to read all the books.
I generously want to gift myself with reading all the books I want to read.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay. Sorry, did we talk about the comments? I feel like there's more.
People who said, well, go study.
Listen to Jeff.
Please.
In the story, the character also had root magic from her African American ancestors, and the book didn't really touch on it.
That's fair. It didn't. It did. Tracy Dion did not do a good job of explaining both magic systems equally. Okay. I do think that she focused, because it is a King Arthur retelling, I do think that's why she didn't focus on it that much. But hopefully the second book, which comes out this year, praise the Lord, she will focus on the ancestral magic more, because I feel like that's where it was going towards. But she didn't. I think, I feel like that's why she was vague with it, because I think the second one, hopefully that's what she focuses on, and that's why I didn't give her as much harshness as I should have. But definitely there was a not a balance. She met with some black lady in the garden like 3 times, and yet she was living with these King Arthur people for months in their secret dungeon or whatever. So yeah, I do agree.
Right.
Well, Jocelyn, give me some of your books.
So you can have 29 of mine. You can have 8 of Jocelyn.
29 plus 8. I'm ahead. No, I'm not. 37. Mo, give me 7 books.
Hey, I'm 7 behind. Actually, no, I am ahead.
How many ahead are you?
Don't know if I'm gonna slow. Hang on, let me check.
That's okay. Just give them to me.
Let me.
You can get ahead again.
You will. Now that you're a booktuber, you will get ahead again.
Oh, I'm 8 books ahead.
Boom! You can give me 7, then you still 1 book ahead. I'm at my goal. You guys. I'm on track.
Reinhardt is also 8 books ahead of schedule.
Well, I'll take your books and now I'm ahead too. Give me half of them, and then we both could be ahead 4.
I can't even believe, like, my numbers. It's like, where's that coming from? 29 books ahead.
Wow.
I love that for you.
I don't know when and how that happened, but it did.
I love that for you, truly. I really do. Like, I wish. I just keep buying books.
I know that feeling too, though.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to y'all, it's just a new book in the cart. Just
Yep, same. But every time I talk to y'all, I also read a book, so that's okay.
Yeah.
I had high hopes for Legendborn. I can't clearly articulate what rubbed me the wrong way, but I had problems with it. I'm hoping the next book will hit the mark, though.
Okay. Yeah. I can see. I really enjoyed it, but while reading it, I could see why some people didn't like it or why it was lacking. So, yeah, it was too. I don't know. Bree was. Yeah, I get it, Jocelyn. I get it.
I'll take any romance books that you guys don't want.
I don't have any, but if I did, I'd give them to you.
Take them.
You can read all of them. That's fine.
Yeah.
I will buy some and give them to you. In fact, but I don't. I have maybe. Well, Jenny Han is romance.
That's true.
Kevin Kwan is romance.
I think I do have a few romance books on my shelf, but
All my romance are written by Asian authors, which means I need the Asian rep on my shelves. So I'm so sorry, I cannot help you.
But there's different Asian rep that you can get on your shelf.
I hear you. However, it's already there. You know, we're trying to not buy as many books.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. I kind of forgot that we're not trying to buy books. Do not try the audiobook for Legendborn. I did not like that narrator.
Oh, the narrator? Why?
Okay.
Is it on script? I'm gonna listen to a quick little second so I can confirm. Cause y'all know me.
Do you usually like? I don't think there has been many narrators that I have purposefully went out and said, "Ooh, that narrator is good. I wanna get more from that narrator." I think the only ones that stood out to me were the ones that did the Wheel of Time, but only because that was kind of epic thing because they did like the two narrators did like an epic story and they became part of the fandom. Well, when a famous person that I know narrates something that I knew previously from like other things, but did it ever stick out to you when like a narrator that you went and potentially read a book because of narrator? I mean, Mo, you haven't listened to audiobooks, so you can't be part of that conversation.
I don't know narrators' names, but I like a certain accent when I listen to my books, if that makes sense. I prefer like so the narrator who read Children of Blood and Bone, Children of Virtue and Vengeance, the narrator who reads Toshio Nobuchi's books, like the person who's reading Black God's Drum, I like a certain kind of accent. I don't know. Like I don't listen to like the standard type of narrator just because it's just not for me. But I like a certain, I don't know if it's because of my cultural background and everyone I'm around, like I'm used to accents and that's just comforting to me. But I prefer if I'm reading books with Black characters, which is normally what I do. I like a what's the word I'm looking for? I like it to be read in the tone of voice of the character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
And I literally just listened to a few seconds of it. I agree. I think they tried too hard to make Bree sound young, and she really isn't that young. She's like 16. So don't listen to it.
I'm on the last book, Always and Forever, Lord.
I am too. I stopped though. Yeah. I always DNF Jenny Han books in the middle of them, and then I pick them up and end up loving them. But it's just me and her. Me and her, we don't have the best relationship. So.
What is the best book in your opinion that took place a while ago? What do you mean by that? Oh, like you mean like a historical fiction, or what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like okay, if you want to know the best historical fiction, I have to go with Yellow Wife. I've been praising that book, but it's a book that you need to open up with caution because it's very, very raw and real and very disturbing at times.
I've just seen another booktuber mention that book, and it's a book that's not really out there on BookTube. So, and they really liked it as well. They recommended it. So yeah, I think I definitely want to check that out.
The Black God's Drum is a historical fiction as well. I think it's pretty good. It takes place after Haiti won the war against the French in 1804. And it's like loosely alluding to like Haitian themes, but you learn about like the history of like the final battle and why the French finally ran away and left us alone. Like stuff like that. So I think it's good. I'm gonna finish it today. But
Yeah,
what's the
Yellow
first?
Wife is 1860, I believe. It's in the middle. Is it 1860? But it's in the 1800s. Um, it is in at the height of slavery, and we're following a daughter between a like plantation master and a the black shaman of the slave, and so she is like a mixed race kind of girl, but she is still like
Mhm.
property. And she goes. It's based on a on a real story. It's inspired by a real
Mhm.
story. She gets pretty much sold off to a prison where slaves are severely mistreated, and she marries.
Mhm.
She becomes one of the wives. So it's heavy. It's really heavy. Yellow Wife is really heavy. Another one that we just talked about is The Weight of Our Sky, which took place a
I'm
while.
almost here, girl.
It's 1969 Kuala Lumpur. So yeah, it depends on what you're looking for exactly. If you can give like a specific range.
Can we can we take the dust jacket off?
It's not
I
that
think we did this
interesting.
already, but
It's not that
It's a
interesting.
two-tone
oh
purple.
yeah.
It's cute though. It goes with the front cover.
Mm.
What did I?
Ugh, that new book smell though.
Oh
I,
my god, yeah.
I
I'm just
remember.
trying to like sneak sniffs to not seem like a weirdo. It
Now,
is
look
such
at.
a book.
Let's talking cover and looking at it naked. Okay, look at this. This is like the fairy loot, the prison
Oh, I've
healer.
seen this.
It's beautiful.
Have you
It's
seen
giving
it
very
naked?
Steven
Have
Universe.
you seen it naked?
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
like, and it's like, I don't know if you can see it in this light, but it's
It's
foil.
Mm.
it's foiled.
And the
Yeah, it's
reverse dust jacket as well.
Yeah, there's art inside the dust jacket as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fairy loot always seems to do that lately to do like art.
Let me just burst your bubble because I haven't got that book. But it was on NetGalley, and I read it, and I DNF'd it.
Honestly, when I saw it, it sounded interesting, and then I saw this and this, and I was like, oh, that looks like romance. I'm not. It's not going to be high on my TBR.
I'm screaming.
It's
That's
still
funny.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It's absolutely beautiful, but it
yeah, yeah,
looks
yeah,
very romancy.
yeah. I
So,
DNF'd at about 20%.
I'm screaming.
wow.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
Mo be
of
trying
romance?
with his books, child.
Did you DNF it because of romance, or was it just bad?
Um, a bit. I could see it was very predictable. It was very predictable, and I didn't. I mean, I did. Well, I didn't stick around to find out, but I would. If somebody does read it, I would be interested to know if I was correct or not. And it was all very. It was just very. There was nothing kind of new in there. It felt the story and everything felt done, and it felt like I'm just reading another version of something else. It was a little bit different, but it was just very. It wasn't for me. It
That's what I
wasn't. For
think about a lot of YA,
me.
especially fantasy lately. So yeah, I get that feeling.
Yeah. Speaking of subscription boxes, I'm just waiting for Illumicrate to drop that archive box for Raybearer and Redemptor. Like, I don't know what to expect, but if it's as beautiful as the NetGalley cover,
Mm.
I've seen everyone raving about the Expansers, but I'm not into sci-fi space type books. But I wanted to get the first book of the Expansers. Okay, if you're not into sci-fi space type books, I don't think that this is a good first one. I just read it and I loved it, but it is very typical sci-fi. I feel like it's very space travel. It's kind of military-esque. We have like an bio or entity or something that it's very typical in that way. If you want to get um if you want to branch out a little bit and dip your toe into it, I do think that I can probably come up with better recommendations than this one, because this is very, very streamlined, very much. If you don't like sci-fi,
if you don't like the typical aspects of sci-fi, then
yeah,
okay.
I don't.
That
I don't
might be something.
to work on this book. She made the main character so annoying at the beginning. You just confirmed that, right?
It was. I was like, no, ma'am, thanks.
The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Yeah, that's a good. I've heard a lot of recommendations for that. I still need to read that one.
I too, as well.
I got the Prison Healer as well. I love how Fairy does their books. Yes, I do. That's the one that I just showed, the Fairy Lude one.
Oh! I was like, let me get it, but then that's romance, so no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like how Fairy Lude does it as well. I honestly, to be fair, I don't care about the art on the inside of the dust jacket as much, because it's on the inside of the dust jacket. I mean,
yeah,
I don't look at that.
Yeah.
I would prefer it if it was like a map or something.
I love a good map. Y'all know I love a good map.
Yeah,
I would appreciate it if it was because it's just different and more interesting than a plain inside of a dust jacket.
Yes.
Honestly, I personally care more about if you have like beautiful end pages. That's all. If you have beautiful end pages, that really gets me. That's like, ooh, beautiful. Or like the naked book, you know. But the inside of the dust jacket is like,
yeah,
I don't care.
If you want to hang it up, like if you collect pretty dust jacket insides and you want to like make a collage or use them as posters or whatever.
How much wall space do you think I have?
I'm just saying, some people might like that. That might be their steez.
Yeah, but anyway, I think that this has been a wonderful experience, but I think it's getting a little bit late. I think you have to go as well.
Yeah.
1,000 Friends, that's one that has really stuck with me. It really hurt. I
don't know if it's when I read it, but I didn't really
think that's a Khalid Hosseini book.
Yes, the person who wrote the Kite Runner.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've not read this, but I've read the Kite Runner, which I loved. But I've not read this one.
Next group read, we'll figure that out.
Okay.
All right.
Purple Rainbows. I'm gonna think of if I can find a good recommendation for you that is not too sci-fi, but a little bit.
Little dip your toe.
Yeah, a dippy toe sci-fi. But honestly, guys, this was an amazing experience, and I love this. And I'm still looking forward to Friday. Note to myself: bring snacks, bring baked goods potentially, because I'm gonna want some baked goods.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
Let me write it on my calendar, child.
Honestly, this was an amazing experience. I hope that everyone watching liked it as well. As mentioned before, I would be really interested for any feedback, what we can do better, what we can
please,
what would help, because we don't know what we're doing yet.
We don't. It was good for the first one, but please let us know what we could improve on. That would really help.
And I'm going to be really interested in if this is something that people like a live show that people watch more later as well.
Yeah.
When you weren't able to catch it.
Yes. All right, y'all. We gotta go. But we will see you on Friday at the same time. I won't be here, but I will be in the comments. I'm pretty sure I have to work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be in the comments. You know me.
Well, see everyone on Friday. Looking forward to Friday.
Yes.
Right, y'all.
Are we going to be on your channel, Mo, or is it?
Yeah, we're going to be on my channel. Yeah, so my channel, 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. EST.
Yeah.
So same time as today, same
Mm-hmm.
time as our usual reading sprints. And we'll be reading the next 4 stories.
I think it's three
Yeah.
stories
Oh, it's
or
3 stories?
four. No, it could be four.
It's 3.
3 or 4 stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's 4 4 4 3. It's 3.
It's
Yes.
in the
and
schedule. Look at the
yeah,
schedule.
there's a schedule. And you can read ahead as well if you want to. Um, and
And
yeah,
yeah,
see
that's
you
it.
then.
Okay. Have a
Thanks,
good day,
everyone.
night. We will see y'all soon. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Clicking end.